And hello everybody, welcome back to RFC News. I'm expecting a very chaotic day with regards to incomings in the Rangers transfer space. Now, ahead of deadline day, ladies and gentlemen, we have got a few updates to provide you in today's video. That includes, of course, a third bid submitted for a player and, of course, a deal already being agreed. So, yeah, quite a few bits and pieces to go over. But as always, guys, please do hit the like button and hit the subscribe button for more Rangers news. We'll keep you up to date with all the no-nonsense BS going into deadline day, guys. Let's get into it. So first things first, guys, as we know, we've been speaking about Ryan Aderi quite a lot. And yesterday, I provided you an update saying that the club had submitted a second and improved bid. However, that was firmly rejected by the third division German side. And Rangers now have submitted a third bid worth around 3.6 million euros for the 22-year-old German striker. However, Hansel Rostock still seemingly want to keep him. They've obviously got ambitions to get to the Bundesliga 2, and of course are, quite reluctant on selling him. They have rejected it yet again, a third bid for the player. So it does look seemingly that we're not going to be getting this player unless, of course, they have a change of heart. But the player wants this move. Now, obviously, I'll keep an eye on a few other bits and pieces, guys. There's a few backup talks advancing for players to be on loan. It does seem as though, of course, Ryan is our preferred candidate. However, we might need to wait till the summer to get him if the club are reluctant to sell. And it does seemingly look like we are potentially monitoring Cameron Archer, who's, of course, at Southampton, but also for Joel Priori, who we, of course, spoke about the other day. Cleaned up in the English Championship with Leeds United. Hasn't really been getting game time in the Premier League. However, could be a good sort of stopgap should we not be able to get Ryan Aderi. Now, whilst that is happening, guys, we did agree a deal last night. This is for Finlay Curtis. He's joined Kilmarnock on loan until the end of the season. It does seemingly look like it's a sort of straight loan deal. No sort of buy options. The club rate Finlay quite highly. I've seen a lot of fans get slightly upset. They wanted to see him stay around, but for a player with a bright future and a player that needs to develop, game time is of the priority, and he'll certainly get that under a manager that rates him in Neil McCann. Neil McCann also knows the player, but also get used to the sort of league. So I'm happy with that. It just seemingly looked like it's just a sort of straight loan till the end of the campaign, just to get game time. So I'm not too concerned on that, and best of wishes to Finlay. However, guys, there should be a lot of moving parts, and I expect to announce a few players joining the football club by the end of deadline day. But do let me know your thoughts on this transfer update so far.
In other news, Rangers are standing firm in their determination to keep hold of JD Gazama this month after rejecting an approach from Monaco in recent days, underlining their resolve to retain key figures as the season reaches a critical stage. The League One side submitted a proposal that would have seen the 22-year-old winger move to France on an initial loan deal, carrying an obligation to buy for around £10 million. That structure was never likely to appeal to Rangers, with the lack of immediate funds and the timing of the bid both falling short of the club's expectations. As things stand, there is no appetite at Ibrox to sanction the departure of one of their most influential performers midway through the campaign. Gazama has become an integral part of the side following the arrival of Danny Rule, featuring prominently across all competitions. His tally of 40 appearances this season reflects both his durability and his importance within the squad, and his consistent involvement has only strengthened Rangers' stance in the face of outside interest. The winger's performances have not gone unnoticed, but internally he is viewed as a cornerstone of the current project rather than a disposable asset. That position is further reinforced by the player's contract situation. Gazama is tied to Rangers until 2029, leaving the club in a commanding position when it comes to managing his long-term future. Any potential move away would require a proposal that clearly aligns with Rangers' valuation and strategic aims, and the recent approach from Monaco did not come close to meeting those criteria. With no pressing financial need to sell, the club are content to resist interest and keep the winger focused on the task at hand. Explaining the situation, one senior insider said, "Right now, I don't think Rangers have any interest in letting Gazama leave Ibrox this month, despite that approach from Monaco. It was a loan with an obligation for around 10 million, so it wouldn't have been money up front for Rangers in that deal, and that wouldn't have been of interest to them." Gazama has been one of the successes of last summer's recruitment drive. At Ibrox, having joined from Sheffield Wednesday, he's been a regular under Danny Rule. I don't think Rangers would be willing to let him move on as of right now. They want to keep him as they aim to maintain their push to win the Scottish Premiership title this season. They won't want to lose any players. I think they'll be doing everything they can to keep hold of him, and that was shown by them rejecting that approach from Monaco, so I would expect him to stay. While Rangers are intent on protecting their core group, that does not mean the door is closed on all movement before the transfer deadline on February 2nd. The club are open to allowing fringe players to depart if suitable offers arrive, particularly where squad balance can be maintained or improved. One such situation surrounds Danilo, with Rangers willing to listen to late bids provided a replacement can be secured. Röhl is keen to avoid being left short of attacking options, but a fresh addition before the window closes could pave the way for the Brazilian to move on. Danilo has found starts hard to come by in recent weeks, having not begun a league match since early December, although he did make an impact from the bench by scoring against Dundee in his last SPFL outing. For now, however, the priority is clear. Rangers are focused on sustaining their title challenge and believe that keeping Gazama at Ibrox is essential to that ambition. Any discussions over his future are far more likely to be revisited in the summer, when the landscape and the scale of potential offers could look very different. Ultimately, Rangers' stance sends a clear message as the window edges towards its conclusion. With the Premiership title race finally balanced, the club are prioritising continuity and stability over short-term financial considerations, particularly when it comes to players deemed central to Danny Röhl's plans. Gazama's importance on the pitch, combined with his long-term contract, means Rangers can afford to be patient and selective rather than reactive in the face of outside interest. That does not rule out movement elsewhere in the squad, but any late business is expected to be carefully calculated rather than forced. Fringe departures may be sanctioned if they create space for targeted reinforcements, yet the core of the team is set to remain intact as Rangers push through the decisive months of the campaign. But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. We post all the latest Rangers news every single day, so join our fast growing community so you never miss out. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.